Check, 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 check. Weird. My OBS glitched on me. Damn, looks like you're spitting knowledge. It wasn't so much spitting knowledge. I'm glad you guys. Thank you for shining at me. I should have seen it. It's weird. I double checked my audio input and I checked the music output and everything was good. And then I launched it and it disappeared. Interesting. We were just freestyling, you guys. Violet, Michelle, the significance behind the one-eyed triangle is that the friggin' attention span of people is worse than a goddamn goldfish these days by design, and I have to do something extravagant to catch people's attention. It has nothing to do with the Illuminati, other than everyone associates that with Illuminati, so it triggers everyone's attention. Now that I have it, thank you guys for being here. What's up? My name's Keith. Sorry for the audio delay. I was mostly just asking everyone how they were doing, and first and foremost, can we all take a deep breath? Let's just, on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Just in. Slow it down, slow it down. Hold it, hold it. Let it out, let it out. One more time, one more time. One more time. Hold it. Let it out. All right, let's reset. Welcome back. Let's reset. Welcome back. I titled this video "Chosen One." This might be a time you're preparing for, because there seems to have been there's some wildness going on. Another train just went off in Florida. The train spewing stuff into Ohio. The flight logs from Schmep Schmeem Schmiland are out there, and all our favorite celebrities and senators and were on the plane. There's a spiritual war going on out there, and they are coming at us from all angles, you guys. All angles. I have the most important practical tip I can give you guys that you can start doing right now. If you're not already doing it, you probably are. If you're not, then get hip with it. Y'all need to be meditating. I know this sounds silly, but I fucking swear to God, please listen to me. Y'all need to be meditating twice a day, preferably 3 times a day. 20 minutes when you wake up to set the vibe, 20 minutes in the middle of the day to continue the vibe, and 20 minutes at night to close out the vibe. And I'm not just fucking saying that because that's what people say. Like, there is an ungodly amount of information out there that talks about how to properly function the human body. We need our hearts and we need our minds in coherence with each other. It's called a heart-mind coherence. And Joe Dispenza does a lot of talking on shit like this. You know how your brain puts out an electromagnetic field? Your heart puts out an even bigger electromagnetic field. Like, these two magnetic fields need to be synced with each other. They need to be coherent with each other, because, again, we are getting blown up from all angles in this spiritual warfare. And this is what I was saying earlier before it cut off. Here's a good example of how far the spiritual warfare has come and how successful it has been. They just released flight logs of Schmep Schmeem Schmiling. No one says a thing. Everyone knows it's there. Everyone knows what happens. Everyone knows what went down there. And no one's saying a thing. The train explosion in Ohio. No coverage. No one's saying a thing. Hundreds of egg factories are being burnt and blown up in these wild coincidental tragedies that are destroying American infrastructure, and all over the world. This shit's happening all over the world, and no one's saying a thing. But point being, the spiritual warfare thing, how successful it's been in the past, but we got to change that, is the ability for you to present that information to someone, and that glazed over look they give you, the lack of, I don't want to say outrage, but the lack of genuine concern, that NPC factor. People have this conversation with NPCs, like, oh, there's NPCs, they're not real people. They're all real people, more or less. The thing is, they've been shut off by this programming, and it is scary how far they've come. Like, we need to love. Like, we need to stop trying to save the world. Those of you who have stopped trying to save the world but save yourselves, or love yourselves, or grow yourselves, those are the winners. Those are the winners. You seed savers, those of you buying books on how to raise your own food and livestock, those of you trying to learn how to make your own cheese, those of you learn how to make your own beer, those of you who are taking your kids out of public school systems. Public school systems were designed by for-profit corporations. Designed your children's curriculum in public schools to make better workers. Look it up. This is not a conspiracy. It is a fact. Those of you pulling your kids out of public school and teaching them yourselves, teaching them your morals, teaching them your values, teaching them how to love, teaching them how to be kind, teaching them how to treat people with kindness, teaching them how to critically think, how to think for themselves, how to problem solve for themselves. It sounds weird. It sounds like these extravagant claims, but it's not. It's just basic human. Just stop fucking consuming so much. We gotta share this message with people. So stop consuming so much. Yeah, I watched the Super Bowl. It was fun. I like being around the energy of people that are really excited about something, that have a passion for something that they love, and they can tell you all the players on both sides of the teams and how they did throughout the season and how stoked they are, and you see them. And I love the passion. That's why I'll watch the Super Bowl. I'll watch the big games for the sports events because I love seeing people passionate about shit. But we gotta stop fucking consuming things that don't make us or make us better people or make the world a better place. Sports is a massive corrupt industry on all levels. You guys know that sports, I don't want to tangent too much, but the NFL, for example, is a non-profit. The dudes that are making billions, tens of billions of dollars don't have to pay any taxes. Did you guys know that? The corruption out there is, and that's what I mean about the success of the spiritual war, is that they do these things and they throw it in our face and there was no reaction. And that's why I said this might be the time we've been preparing for. Specifically because of the destruction of the infrastructure, at least in America, these past couple years. The destruction of eggs. And then the lies about it. Dozens of farms have been burnt. Egg and dairy farms have been destroyed in the past couple months. Like no one's questioning that. People start getting chickens to get their own eggs, and what they will comment on, what the media, Medea, the goddess of illusion, will comment on as far as this is, oh, people are starting to raise their own chickens and they shouldn't do that. Here, check this out. This is what they say. There's a whole list of things why they say, oh, people shouldn't, because they can get salmonella. Oh, and then they say, oh, chickens, they only lay eggs for 2 years and then they're done. And then what are you going to do with your chickens after that? That's a lie. They lay eggs for 2 years as far as commercial chickens go, because they treat them like shit and they're super unhealthy and they feed them crap and they don't let them roam around. Like, yeah, if you treat something like ass, it's going to produce for 2 years and be worth. But you talk to farmers across the country who have plenty of space for the chickens, who take care of them, who love them, who cuddle with them, who treat them as pets and give them good food. Lay eggs for up to 10 years. You want clean eggs? Dip them in some soap. The chances of getting some, you know what I mean? So it's like, it has been successful, and it's definitely time for people to wake up. But in the sweetest of ways, you know what I mean? Like, we need to, some high vibe activities that people need to be doing more often? Dancing. You know what I've been doing every night with the fam? Not every night, but a couple times a week, a few times a week. Like right before bed, turn the lights off. Turn the TV off, it's dark, maybe light a candle or two, and put on some music. And we fucking dance. We have a dance party. Call it Dancing in the Dark. My son loves it. Dad goes, Dad, we're dancing in the dark. And he runs around and he goes, turn off the TV, Dad. Turns off all the TVs, turns off all the lights, puts the music on, and we start dancing. Laughing, loving, merry-making. And it sounds silly, but that high vibe stuff puts people's mind states in a place where they don't fall for bullshit. And that's the thing, because when people's minds are constantly in fear because they consume too much shit, always in fear because they consume too much shit, they consume too much Netflix, they consume too much media, they consume too many sports, they consume too much shitty food, they consume too many useless material things that don't develop the soul, that don't develop the spirit. They just consume so much shit that their psyche is constantly in fear. And when your brain is constantly in fear, it's in fight or flight. And when your mind is constantly in fight or flight, it does not go inward. And that's how spiritual warfare works. On a physiological level, the human body, the animal part of which is the human body, the flesh and bone, not the spirit, the animal body, when it's in fight or flight mode, it thinks it's going to die. It thinks there's something in the external world that is going to kill it. An animal, starvation, another human, a huge storm. You know, there is something out there that we need to fucking handle or we're going to die. And so it takes the focus from the internal and it places on the external, which is great. If there's actually a tiger that's going to rip your face off, that is fantastic. But if there is not a threat, then our minds are constantly on the external and they're never on the internal, which means we are manipulated to hell. We're wrapped around their finger like a puppet. You can just see the strings of people just dangling, just pulling the body parts left and right and left and right. And you start to think, shit, have any of my decisions been mine? Or have they been corporations? Have my decisions been the government? Oh, honey, I was going to get some chickens because we have tons of space and the eggs are so expensive, but I just saw on the news, Medea just told us that chickens only live for 2 years. Oh my God, what a waste. And we could die of salmonella from bad eggs. We shouldn't do that. Let's just keep paying $20 for a dozen eggs, honey. That's where we've come. Because people are always living in fear. Because people have zero energy because they consume shit all the time on a mental level, on a spiritual level, and on a physical level. But it's so simple, not easy, right? Because it takes a massive amount of energy. It takes a massive amount of energy to maintain your willpower in a certain direction, especially one that you're not programmed to follow. But like I said, dance every night, meditate every day. Be kind to people. Show love to people. Your neighbors out there, you're taking in your trash because a trash truck just came, and you take your neighbor's trash in too. Fuck it, you're already out there. Why not? Why not? Do you have any idea the repercussions of that? Of bringing your neighbor's trash can in every day? You know, then your neighbor brings you over tamales. Neighbor comes over with a dozen tamales next year because you've been homies this whole year. Now you give them tamales. And now you're like, oh, damn, bro, I just brought you a trash can. It wasn't a big deal. You didn't have to give me $50 worth of tamales. These are fire. Thanks. Oh, it's no problem, man. Now you make friends. Now the kids play together. Now the community grows. You do the same thing with the man across the street. Now you're homies with the man across the street. Now when someone's poking their face around your car, your neighbor calls you, hey, homie, there's a fucking weird dude outside right now, like walking around your property. I just thought I'd give you a heads up. Oh, thanks, man. How do you think communities grow? That's how communities grow, with love, with kindness, with consideration. Give me a second. My laptop's about to die. It was plugged in. It should be charging. Hold on. Give me a sec. I don't know, just it's been I don't know, is the moon in a certain position? Is there some weird astrology stuff going on where I'm like, all right, this stuff's been going on for a while, but now I feel animated to expose and to express it? How you guys doing? Are you enjoying, what's today, Thursday? Are you guys enjoying your Thursday? Nicole Pook, Al Pookin, what's up? Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I just highly recommend you guys learn. There's a cool website that shows springs near me. There's a database that shows all the springs. Put it on your map just in case. Just in case you want to access to fresh water that runs year round. So look for springs in your area. Start collecting seeds. You can go online and they charge you a bunch because it's just the nature of the game. But seed saving packages. What the heck, baby? Where's your clothes at? Alice is naked. What are you doing, Bubba? I'm good. Just hanging with the homies. What are you doing?
I'm taking the camera.
Oh, you're taking the camera? Okay. Buy some books. Buy some. Yes, love.
The camera died.
It died. I know. It needs a new battery.
No card in camera.
And there's no card in the camera. I know. I took it out. It's inside. J-Moo, glad to hear you're hanging in there. Now we're I guess I read all these books, man. I read all these history books and all these old cultures and all these philosophy and spirituality books. Yeah, Bubba.
Oh yeah, change the battery pack.
Yeah, go inside. Ask mommy.
After that.
I don't know. It's just wild. It's just wild how things unfold. It really is. It's just wild how things unfold sometimes. You want so bad for everyone to be happy and for everyone to be loved and for everyone to just feel the magic of the world, and sometimes you feel like you're losing, or the world at large is losing, and it sucks. You just want to fucking grab, you just want to like walk down the street and just look someone dead in the eyes and grab them, just fucking shake them back and forth like, wake up. What are you doing? Stop. I can turn that shit off. Get off your phone, man. You've been staring at your phone for an hour. Like, put that shit down and let's go for a walk or something, you know? So, hey, be careful, love. You're gonna break that. Don't break that, please.
The battery died.
I know. Hello, Sue Ann. I'm not sure if I said hello. Nice to see you in here. We were recording not Emerald Tabs. We're recording Colburn Bible stuff a second, but the dogs have been barking like crazy. You want to say hi real quick? Here, come say hi real quick. Say hi.
This had a good happen. It says, how they take it to different number.
Okay. All right, go inside. Dad is working. Go inside, Bubba. Go inside, love. Go inside, Bubba. Hello, Goddess Essence Energy. Yeah, we're recording some Colburn, but the dogs kept going crazy. So I was like, let's just go live. I saw that another train blow up or something like that, is spewing toxins into the air. Just like I don't know if you guys have been following with the Ohio train wreck that's slowly poisoning the Ohio River, which feeds into the Mississippi River, which just flows down the entirety. Like, we're talking some pretty heinous chemicals pouring into the heart, the absolute heart of the country. And I don't think people realize the implications of that. It's like what's happening is like the boiling frog analogy, where you raise the temperature a little bit by a little bit by a little bit, and the frog boils without realizing it, because the change happened so slowly over such a great time that it didn't really have a chance to perceive the change. And that's what's happening. But they're happening so often, and it's happening so far and few between, that it's like, damn, man, how is this gonna unfold? How is this gonna unfold? So I'm just want to remind the squad, okay, collect your seeds, find your water, learn how to pure. Just learn some shit. You know what I mean? Just learn some stuff. Just learn. Be savvy. Interesting. I feel like our feed's looking pretty good right now. Quality is coming through crispy. That's a first. Nice. That is a first. Our Atlas is the sweetest. Yeah, he turned 4 yesterday. Atlas, his birthday was yesterday. He turned 4. The little baby turned 4. Stoked. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Did I say that right? Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum to yourself, Jmu. Salam alaikum to yourself. Welcome on in, everyone. If you're just joining us, my name's Keith, man of letters, knowledge, information, hopefully a little bit of least entertainment. We're trying we're not, there's no try, only do. We are carving the way for, what do you call it? The alternate timeline? How do you guys feel about that alternate timeline slip where the Earth, the catastrophe of Earth veers left and say the new Earth, the positive side veers right? How do you guys feel about that? I'm not sure if such a thing exists, but I hope to God it does. Happy birthday, Layla. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Now, we've just been talking. It's been getting some stuff off my chest about all the catastrophes in the world and the spiritual warfare. So one of our biggest things I was mentioning was the way spiritual warfare works. Maybe I'll just dedicate a whole video. I doubt anyone will wait this long into the video to see it if you're watching after, but the trick to getting under your skin to winning or losing the spiritual warfare battle is allowing yourself to exist in a state of fear for as long as possible. And the physical mechanics behind that is by design. When you're in flight or fight, your brain focuses a bit, but I think it puts most of its energy in the frontal cortex, the analytical part of the brain, where it just focuses on the outside and it says, okay, what do I got to do to survive? Because it thinks there's a threat coming from the outside. But as a result, we never take time to focus on the inner world. Like, here's a good example. Say you actually are being hunted by something in the wild. Is it going to make much sense to go inward and meditate on a rock with your eyes closed and go inward? Absolutely not, because you're going to get your face ripped off. It makes much more sense to heighten your sense of hearing, heighten your sense of sight, heighten your sense of smell and touch. Your senses need to be heightened so that they can interact as acutely with the outside world as possible, so that they can assess the threat and know, okay, do I need to stay and fight? Am I going to go toe-to-toe with this bear? Or am I probably going to get my face ripped off and I'm going to have to run and hide, right? And so when the human mind stays in this fight or flight response for an extended period of time, it doesn't go in. This is why people can't meditate. This is why it's so hard for people to meditate, because they sit there and their mind is going, oh, I need to pay that bill, or I'm going to shut off my light. Oh, man, the water's so expensive now. How am I going to afford that? God, groceries are $600 per trip, twice a month. Like, how am I going to, so I can rent for groceries? Like, what the hell? Oh, my God, the chicken eggs and salmonella. Oh, my God, the Chinese fucking weather balloons. Oh, no, they're shooting down UFO. Like, it's because it's by design. That spiritual warfare we're losing because we've allowed that shit to commandeer our souls. We've stared at these black mirrors that we call cell phones day in and day out, and that all they fucking feed us is destruction and gloom, and that's where we lose. So that's what I'm saying, we gotta dance more. I've been dancing a lot lately. I just got my baby grand piano moved from my dad's house to my house, so I'm learning piano music again. Like, you know, I've always playing music, but I'm just doing like reggae stuff on the keyboard, and it's digital, so it doesn't really have that feel. But now I got my baby grand piano back, and you hit that chord, baby, and boom, the floor vibrates. I just got a baby grand piano in my house now, so I'm learning these classical songs, and like I feel like my spirit is in alignment. I feel like my happiness is alive. I feel like synchronicities are coming back, and it's because I haven't been consuming. I haven't been watching the news. I haven't been watching sports. I haven't been watching Netflix, And when I do, I'm making sure to cater and to curate the things that I want, so that it's just the vibes are seamless and the energy is seamless, and the food I'm eating makes me happy, and I'm eating to sustain, not to be full. And when I experience something that gives me anxiety or stress, I don't do it. When I dance at night with the family, we have our nighttime dance parties, and you get the energy moving and you get it flowing, and then you're all of a sudden you're meditating 2-3 times a day, working on that gratitude meditation, working on that love meditation, working on that heart mind coherence meditation, and before you know it, it's like you hear a piece of information, the spiritual warfare information that should be striking fear or something, and it's just like bullshit. That's like, oh, don't keep chickens because it doesn't actually make sense to raise your own chickens. Like, get out of here. Like, you think I'm buying that crap, CNN? You think I'm buying that crap that it makes more sense to pay $20 for a dozen eggs than to get a couple chickens? Right? Like, that's retarded. But there's people out there that are falling for it because, again, they're stuck in that fight or flight. They don't have the capacity to go inward, to see truth, to feel truth. Not even to see it, but to feel truth. Like, your bullshit detector is off the friggin' charts when you're dialed in, when you go inward. That's one of the powers of going inward. That BS detector is friggin' flying off the charts. Like, you aren't bothered by the news. They can say something like, yeah, all right, that's a lie. That's clearly a lie. Or you wouldn't even be watching it in the first place. You're too busy planting your garden outside. You're too busy chasing your chickens around because you just got yourself 4 or 5 chickens. You got yourself a little flock of chickens, and they're out there eating the weeds in the front yard, and they're eating all the bugs, and they're pooping. Now you're like, oh, dang, chicken poop, like, that's fertilizer? Dope, that's cool. Oh, I don't have to feed them? I didn't know chickens just ate weeds. I got tons of weeds on my property. I have a whole acre of weeds. I don't even have to feed them, and I get free eggs? So, like, you know what I mean? Now you're living, and now you're loving, and now you're dancing with the homies, and now you're meditating, and your heart feels good in the mornings, your heart feels good at night, and you got new hobbies, and you're playing music, and it's just like, man, I just I don't know. You guys get me. All the things that have been imprinted on the mind gotta shuffle through the muck. Yeah, reprint. We just gotta reprint, that's all. I tried meditation. It just seems like a waste of time. I'd rather build something or learn something. Try again, just me. I have seen I have seen too many studies. And I'm not talking woo, brother. I'm not talking Buddhism. I'm not talking any of that shit, though that's all phenomenal. I'm talking actual scientific studies that are showing brainwave functions after meditating, that are showing heart wave functions after meditating, that are showing brainwave activities after extended periods of meditation, like how decreasing gray matter after meditating. Meditation releases peptides and hormones into the skin that increase skin elasticity. Like, there is an ungodly amount of physical and therefore mental and therefore spiritual benefits of meditation. You don't do. I understand that seems like a waste of time, but if you've got time to watch my video for 10 minutes or longer, you've been here almost a whole video, then trust me, you have time. I would rather you guys all turn this video off and use this time to go meditate, which I don't think you'll hear any YouTuber say. Like, if you're like, hey, Keith, would you rather have people watch your live or meditate? If they could only do one of those things every day, which one would you rather have the world do? I'd be like, I'd rather have the world fucking meditate. If they're worried about time, brother, if you're worried about time, then turn my video off and go meditate and use that time for that. Because that's probably the most important. I love you, man. And I don't say that to be mean or anything. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm on this live just to be homies and to keep in touch and to express my feelings and to express how wonderful things can be when you do certain things. But I've already expressed all that. So if you're worried about time, shut this video off and go meditate for 10 minutes. Or turn on another YouTube video that shows that, because you would know, oh, meditation, even though I feel like it's a waste of time, I know that it's scientifically verifiable that it's actually not a waste of time. Meditating is Jesus Christ. And there's all, you don't have to sit like a Buddhist monk in lotus and meditate for an hour every day under a waterfall. Like, there's walking meditations, there's standing meditation. It's focusing on, just the breath for a while, or the sound of your footsteps if you're going for a walk, or the tone of a frequency if you decide to listen to music. Sex can be a type of meditation. You know what I mean? There's different kinds of meditation, but to choose one of them. We all must. And I'm definitely not a big fan of ultimatums. Like, so everyone must meditate. I'm sure there is one or two people among thousands, and maybe you are the 0.001% who it actually doesn't do anything for. You totally could be. Someone is that 0.001% that you're describing. So maybe it is you. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But scattered. We're easy pickings, baby. We're easy pickings. We're easy pickings, if not. I got people posting on the expert truth about how demonic spirits affect your destiny. Just, wow. What have I subscribed to on my YouTube channel? I don't remember subscribing to anything like that. That's wild. I find your videos to be very beneficial. Oh, thanks, just me. I mean, I don't mean to come out. You caught me in a fired up mood right now. So if I'm coming at you kind of hot, it's not necessarily you. I feel like Jesus could walk through the door right now, and I would come in hot at Jesus. I'd be like, Jesus, you fucking hear this shit? I think that's just that might just be the mood I'm in at the moment. Forgive me. Building can be a meditation, but I. Still, I don't know. If there's some scientific studies that show the benefits of building as a meditation, then I'll accept it. But like I said, the ones that are showing neurogenesis, which is the growth of new brain cells, that are showing pain, like it diminishes pain, it diminishes inflammation in the body. It literally syncs the electromagnetic waves between the heart and the brain. Like, this shit is scientifically verifiable, you guys. It's like, I understand that there's something about simplicity in meditation that makes it work. This is what scientists are saying. So when you say building can be a type of meditation, it can, but I would assume it's a lot harder to get the benefits of meditation from building as from just sitting in silence. It's almost like the people who don't like meditation will do anything they can to not meditate, and they'll convince themselves of whatever reason to just not sit and be still. And they just they'll do everything they can to avoid it. I've met a lot of people like this, especially having a YouTube channel like this and doing my personals, my one-on-ones and stuff like this. So many people tell me they don't want to meditate for so many different reasons, and it's all just like, do it anyways. Oh, I don't feel like I get benefits. Do it anyways. Well, I can't sit still for longer than 5 minutes. Do it anyways. Like, oh, I get even more thoughts when I meditate. Do it anyways. Like, do it anyways. What? You have any more excuses? Oh, great. Do it anyways. Like, I promise you. The literature, the scientific literature on meditation, is bottomless now. Like, they're hooking people up to machines, and they're putting wires on people's brains to measure like the amplitude of people's magnetic waves, and it's just like, it's magic. This shit is straight up magic, what meditation does. From even like 5-10 minutes a couple times a day. I'm not asking people, like, to become Buddhist monks or anything like that. Like, you definitely have to, like, there's this really cool old background I used to have on my Facebook banner, and it was a picture of a monk, and it says everyone must meditate for 20 minutes a day, and if you don't have time, then you should meditate for 60. That was, I know, it's just so funny because it's the truth. It's like if and I'm not saying this is you, I'm totally blanket stating your response to meditating, but it's like, if you're the type of person that doesn't have time to meditate for a few minutes a day, then you're the type of person that needs to meditate for a lot of fucking minutes a day. And then, of course, that's a generalization in that you might not fall into that category, but I just thought it would be worth stating. Anywho, are you guys enjoying your Thursday? It's 3. My car is at the shop right now. Tires went out, and I had to get them switched out. I had a delicious jicama and cucumber bowl. I don't know if you guys have, like, I'm in Southern California and we're real heavy on the Mexican culture out here, so we get these super tasty bowls where you get cucumbers or get fruits and lemon, salt, and chili in these fruit cups from the dude on the side of the road. Oh man, it was so tasty. And there was like, Jesus, like a quarter cup of pure juice at the bottom. It was jicama, cucumber, lemon juice with like salt and tahini and chili powder all dissolved into it, and it was just like, even Atlas was eating it. It was so tasty, and Atlas loves that shit. It's so funny. Just me. Maybe I was expecting too much. I thought I was supposed to float out of my body. I mean, dude, yeah. You definitely, people do float out of their bodies when they meditate, but no, it's just something you do, man. You do a month solid, and then after that, go cold turkey. Go cold turkey for, I don't know, another month if you want, and then start it back up again. Give your awareness and your perception a chance to experience heavy meditation and zero meditation side by side, because most people don't know what it feels like for their electromagnetic fields of their brain and their heart to be in coherence with each other. And so when you get those things aligned with each other and then cut it off for a while and then turn it back on like a light switch, you know what I mean? Like, you don't experience the darkness as much as you do right after you turn off the light. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my god, it's fucking pitch black in here. And then you turn the light on real quick and you're blinded, like, oh my god, it's so fucking bright in here. And if you can sort of recreate that with meditation by turning it on and off, you'll really like, okay, I get it. There's just, it's indescribable, man. It really is indescribable, the sense of that you take on. It's not floating out of your body. It's not visiting the Akashic records. It's not having a Kundalini explosion. It's not fucking communing with the spirits. It's none of that shit. It's subtle. It's delicate, but it's pervade parts of your life, and that is the sort of woo-woo spiritual side. And then again, I would argue that that's why it happens, is because you're syncing your heart and your brain together. You know, it's like you're syncing the masculine and feminine together. You're syncing the conscious and subconscious together. Whenever you get that yin and yang, whenever you can get a proper balance between the two, you get harmony. You know what I mean? You just better quality of life. I feel like I'm doing that already when I'm trying to fall asleep. No, just me. You don't. So, sorry, I'm just seeing your comment right now. Falling asleep is not the same as meditating, because you want to stay conscious. That's why you should be sitting up, because you don't want to fall asleep. There's other literature on, that space in between awake and sleep. I don't really want to get into because I'm getting hungry, but you by staying, it's almost like you're accessing your subconscious with your conscious mind while still being awake. You're accessing, I believe it's your theta wave. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Which is a really slow wavelength, which is like you're asleep. So the idea of meditating is getting your brain waves into sleeping brain waves. while you're still conscious. And so that's where the magic happens. And that's where science is going, okay, the gene response is different during theta waves. The healing response is different. That's where we minimize pain receptors. That's where we decrease inflammation. That's where we start to sync the waves between the brain and the heart. But when you're accessing that while you're conscious, it's almost like it's amplified. I mean, I don't know how it works. I don't think they know how it works either, because I've never heard it described. But for whatever reason, it works. For whatever reason, it works. And that's why there's so many studies on it at this time, is they're trying to figure out how the fuck does that actually work. Good luck to you. I think my feed's messing up a little bit. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm having a bad connection. Yeah. Chat GPT noted. Give it another go, just me, and report back. I gotta go though, you guys. I'm getting hungry and I gotta pick up my car here pretty soon. But thank you for chilling with me. Thank you for letting me ramble and rant. Thank you for letting me move the energy from whatever source wanted me to get it out. I feel like I've done my duty for the next couple weeks. I'll get back to recording audiobooks and we can just pretend like none of this ever happened, and we'll just read old books by candlelight until we die and enjoy each other's company. Because as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty much the goal too. Jonathan, thanks for the tip on Chat GPT. Brandy Boyd, thanks for hanging out, Brandy. Sorry for the bad connection. Moon Baby, Goddess, Just Me, thanks, man. Sorry if I came in hot on you. Mr. Black. I'm feeling kind of sick, so I'm feeling a little down. Like I have a cold, I think. What do you think this stuff like Chat GPT will have on the future? We'll do stuff like that. I'll make a video on that. Salam alaikum, Jemu. Have a great rest of your day and great evening, everybody. I'll see you soon, okay? Peace out.